I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in divine purpose. Growing up, I grew up as an only child. Most of my life, I was isolated and experienced childhood trauma. And here I am now in my 40s, and I am just starting my healing journey from it all. Many people ask me, girl, why you wait so long to share your story? And I wish I had an answer for that, but I do believe that I'm right on time for sharing and also healing. Forgiveness also played a big part of this healing journey, forgiving family members, most of all my mother, and also the abuser. However, I did notice that once I started my healing journey, I noticed that I was starting to become a different person of having more compassion, also forgiving myself so I can go ahead and continue to heal. When I started my healing journey and shared my story, I found out that I wasn't the only one that experienced childhood trauma. I was so surprised. I thought something was wrong with me because that happened to me. No, I have not experienced therapy. I remember in 2022, I got laid off my 9 to 5 corporate job. And I was really starting my healing journey, leaning into it more around that time. And I planned on going to therapy, but life had other plans because my husband had some health issues, my mother, and also my father in law. And I leaned into really making sure that they were okay and supporting them and what they needed. And it's almost kind of like I put my healing journey on hold, but actually I didn't because I was still healing through it all. And I just thank God. I cannot give credit to myself because He kept me sane, He kept me going. And also, what I leaned into was a hobby. I started to walk more and feel really good about myself after my walks and just being outside in nature, just, put a smile on my face. Just, I felt like it rebooted me before I even started my busy day with taking care of everyone. And I am so happy that I leaned into pouring into myself, even though I had to take care of others. Because if I didn't, I mean, whew, child, I don't even know if I could have done it, to be honest. And sometimes when I think about it now, I'm like, man, how did I really get through that? There was a period where my mom and I no longer was talking because the way that she was speaking to me in demoralizing ways, disrespectful, her jealous ways of me. And it was hard for me to accept that because I'm like, I'm her only child. Where is this coming from? And I even lost 20 pounds. Yes. My family member came up to me. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm okay. I'm not losing weight. I was in denial about it. But sometimes I think that God may isolate you from different people for a reason for that season. Later on, my mom did apologize to me. Actually, this past December of 2024, I told her I forgive her, I accept her apology. But however, I don't think things will ever be the same like it used to be. And that's just called protecting my boundaries. And I explained to her, did she know what like mental health was? And just going into all of that and how I lost the weight because of her. And she was listening. We were talking over the phone. But I do love my mother, but I just don't like her ways. And I believe that my peace is more important. And because of that, I lean into God and ask Him, to help me with it, to make sure that I continue to forgive my mother. And because I know that I am not perfect myself, and He forgives me for, the sins that I make as well. And I think that that is very important. And also, after I got laid off my 9 to 5 in 2022 as well, this all happened, y'all. My healing journey, taking care of others. I took a year and 6 months off of work to really lean into myself and realize what I wanted to do. And God was like, go ahead and start your business. And I am so grateful that I did. And the business that I started was making, or is making, I should say, self care gift boxes. Yes. And this year I'm going to do my first event with it all because I think this wellness brand is so much more. And I'm so happy I returned back to YouTube. I started YouTube back in 2020, I believe, and with my daughter. It was like a mother and mommy and me page, and she didn't want to do it anymore. So then I was on Instagram and then eventually TikTok, and then God said, come back.